born in Trinidad, I believe, right? Nicki Minaj. And all these years, she's never become a citizen. Yeah, she was born in Trinidad. Let me just double check. Let me just confirm. I'm almost certain. Is Nicki Minaj a U.S. citizen? No, she's not a U.S. citizen. Even though she's lived here over 35 years. Isn't that interesting? She's lived here over 35 years and has not become a citizen.
Should Nicki Minaj be deported? Well, I guess it depends on who you ask, because tens of thousands of people have signed a petition to send Nicki Minaj back to Trinidad because she herself has expressed that she came here illegally. Yes, she pays taxes. Yes, she does all the right things. She's a contributing member to society, but she is not a U.S. citizen. And if you ask any Trumper, they are going to target everybody who falls under that umbrella, even people who are here legally and even served our country in military action. But Nicki Minaj is here illegally. She is an undocumented migrant. She is not a U.S. citizen. So shouldn't you deport her? Or are you going to say because she joined Erika Kirk at her TPUSA event and now is full MAGA that she's cool? She's a good one. She's one of the okay ones with me. Yeah, it's the double standard. You go after anybody and everybody regardless of their status. It's just if they look brown, you want to round them up. And Nicki Minaj has actively had a platform and stated she's here illegally, and you'll probably just look the other way and it doesn't matter. As long as she toes the company line. So Nicki Minaj has a pass for right now, but as that petition grows and signatures collect, I don't know what tomorrow holds.
The biggest hypocrites of 2025 award goes to Democrats. They signed a petition, over 50,000 signatures, to deport Nicki Minaj back to Trinidad. You know, the same people that are against deportations, they're anti-anything Republican. People that have opposing views than them. That's their belief system. They make it known time and time again. I would like to have a signature signed to petition tolerating Democrats. I'm over it. Essentially, by them signing this petition to deport an immigrant, right? A legal immigrant who has contributed to our society, Nicki Minaj, Democrats are showing their true colors. Democrats are showing that they only want immigrants that align with their views, that align with their political party, that align with their beliefs. Even though Democrats don't believe in anything. You ask them what they stand for, they're like, I don't stand for anything. I stand against everything Trump. Dear Democrats, instead of wasting all of your energy on signing these useless petitions, on going to these useless protests and riots, do something useful. Like, I don't know, for one, you guys virtue signal and act like you care about immigrants. How about you sign petitions to actually give them good labor hours, good working environments, and not getting paid under the table, but, you know, it's all selective outrage.
So now you guys are trying to cancel Nicki Minaj. Democrats and liberals, you guys are laughable at best. And this is why I do not take anything serious from you guys when it comes to politics. You had no problem with Meg Thee Stallion up there at the DNC shaking her behind. You had no problem with the DNC bringing in Cardi B out of all these intelligent women in the world, in this country, in that state. They chose Cardi B, who couldn't even get a paragraph out without a teleprompter. The same woman had to wait while the stadium went in silence until she was brought a cell phone with the teleprompter on it, meaning she had nothing good to say about the Democrat Party or Kamala. But it was for that bread. But you have a problem with Nicki Minaj, and your problem is not about her personally or the message she's been pushing out. Your problem is that she's doing it on the Republican platform. See, if she was doing this on the Democrat platform, you guys would be high praising her like no other. This woman is speaking up for the children in this country as well as the Christians in Nigeria who are being persecuted for wanting to be Christian. And one thing that shows to me is that with all of these religious groups that's coming into the U.S. right now, they have some very dark sides of their religion. And I am not against anyone's religion, all right? But the dark parts of their religion, they still practice it. And when it comes into this country, it shows me that you won't have a problem with it.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Triza.
And I'm Scholar, and if you're new here, welcome back to Sistalk React, and we're back with another video. We need to talk about something we've been seeing online, and honestly, it shocked us because after Nicki Minaj's interview with Erika Kirk, some people are saying there's a petition going around calling for her deportation.
For me, it doesn't make sense, but coming to understand that more than 30,000 people have already signed the petition, we really want to know all these reasons why they're making, which is really making them to sign the petition.
All the hatred, yeah.
And all this hatred, where it's really coming from. So let's not talk more about this. And first of all, watch the whole videos. Then we'll come back with the full commentary at the end of the video. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do us a favor and subscribe for us. We really appreciate if you do so.
Somebody started a petition on change.org to deport Nicki Minaj, and their name is Petition Minaj. Then they put 16 of her husband's mugshots on there, currently waiting on ICE, the military, and the FBI to respond, and the White House secretary. Today alone, 19,808 people signed the petition. In total, there's 31,877 people that signed. This petition been out since June. Everybody's just now signing it. Yeah, they trying to deport Nicki Minaj. I know she pissed everybody off. I ain't a Nicki Minaj fan. Don't come for me. Never liked her music. Her music, she don't even make no sense. But we ain't gotta deport her, y'all. Y'all taking it too far, damn. But her husband need to be registered somewhere because I heard he ain't even registered. That's completely illegal. But y'all trying to throw the girl completely out of America. This can't even go with her. He can't even leave the U.S. He supposed to be registered. He not even supposed to be running around with her unregistered. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comments. Damn. I don't want to ever piss off nobody on TikTok. Damn, y'all something else.
Something is seriously wrong with y'all people in the world. Like, for real. Like, it's not even a joke at this point. For anyone that's lost and confused and don't know what I'm talking about, so either yesterday or the day before yesterday, some lowlife that lived in his parents' basement made some petition on change.org and tried to get a petition, and people are signing it to get Nicki Minaj deported back to Trinidad because they simply don't like what she's doing politically right now, and her going on stage saying boys should be boys, which I'm sorry, I don't disagree with her. I don't disagree with her, and if you feel hit, keep it pushing. But what really is disgusting is that I'm pretty sure so many of those people that signed that petition, because if you signed that petition, you a dumbass, because that petition ain't gonna do shit. But it's what comes with it. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm pretty sure the majority of y'all motherfuckers that signed that petition were the ones that was all upset at the beginning of the year when Trump won the election, and he immediately got ICE and started deporting families back to wherever they came from. Y'all were the main ones saying, oh, he shouldn't do that. That's not right. They have every right to be here as much as we do. They got families. Y'all taking them from their families. But what do y'all think y'all gonna do by trying to do that? Let's just say in delusional world, this petition works and they do deport her back because of whatever reason, right? She's a mother, and y'all gonna take her from her child. Her child was born in America, not born in Trinidad. So if she goes back, her child is gonna be here. She is a mother at the end of the motherfucking day. And y'all are just so pathetic with what y'all doing. It's sad, and I don't understand how you guys can be against deportation, but be like, oh, because it's a certain person, they can get deported back to where they came from, because just simply because you don't agree with what they're doing. I don't see how that's gonna fix the issue, because at the end of the motherfucking day, beginning, middle, and end of the day, even if she does get deported, for whatever reason, for some delusional world that does happen, Trump is still going to be president. Nothing's going to change. And another thing that's really blowing my mind is y'all swear up and down that she's canceled, that she's done for, her career is over, social suicide, all this other kind of shit, right? Y'all swear up and down that her career is over and y'all don't like her. If y'all don't like her, why are y'all simply putting all this energy into her? It's because you know you can't cancel her. You know she can't get canceled, like I said in previous videos. Y'all have been trying to cancel her since 2017, 2018, when Cardi B made it into the rap industry, made it mainstream. And y'all been trying to find somebody to take her spot, and y'all been trying to cancel her ever since then, and it just hasn't happened yet, and y'all just mad that she's still relevant. But I'm not gonna be going online and putting all my energy into somebody that I don't like, doing all this energy. That means you have way too much time on your hands. You guys have no life, and it's really sad and pathetic. And the fact that a lot of you guys are supporting that she needs to be deported, trying to take her away from her child, is really sad and it's pathetic. Y'all really need to get a life, and y'all really need to touch some grass, like for real.
So y'all want to deport Nicki Minaj to Trinidad, but y'all are against deportations of actual illegal immigrants. Make it make sense. Just because she doesn't align with your political view or whatever, you want her to be deported. She is from what I'm told, or what my research, she is a U.S. green card holder. Because how can she be how can she be an illegal immigrant and go on world tours and then come back to America? But she had coyotes putting her in America, bringing her back across the border. No, I think she's a U.S. green card holder. She probably never got her naturalization, and that's it. I mean, but at least she's a green card holder. Like, my problem is, I have no problem with nobody that's a green card holder. And plus I know she has a little case. She had a little jail time or something when she was younger that may have prevented her from getting citizenship. So maybe she's trying to wipe that now and do the right thing and get a citizenship. Who knows? But just because y'all want to deport her to Trinidad, that's ridiculous.
So the internet started a petition to deport Nicki Minaj, a naturalized citizen who's been here since the age of 5, came over legally, all because they don't like what came out of her mouth. Change.org, where any Nimrod can write any petition, even in order to deport somebody. Funny, because aren't you all against deporting? Nothing screams, we know immigration laws like trying to exile someone who came over here legally, became a citizen, and pays way more in taxes than the average born American citizen. Want Nicki Minaj deported for saying something that they don't like that she said. However, have you ever seen a petition for an illegal immigrant who has murdered a U.S. citizen to be deported? No, they protect them. Weird. They always scream, no one's illegal until someone says something wrong. And then they go on change.org to try to deport your ass. Can anyone make this make sense?
Be real about Nicki Minaj for a minute, y'all. She didn't just switch sides. She switched values. She switched loyalties. She switched on the very people who built her into a global icon. Because let's be crystal clear. Her fame was not born in MAGA rooms. It wasn't built on Turning Point USA stages. It did not come from Trump's America. Her empire was built in Black spaces, in queer spaces, in communities that embraced her when mainstream America called her crude, classless, trashy, raunchy, and ghetto. And now she's tap dancing for the exact people who once despised her. Not because she grew, not because she thinks for herself, but because she saw a new lane to explore. This is about aligning with a political machine she thinks will shield her from criticism and consequence. She wants the illusion of power more than the reality of accountability. This is the celebrity tradition of using Black culture to rise, using queer culture to shine, then abandoning both when white conservative approval becomes more profitable. Nicki knows exactly who made her a superstar. Black girls who saw themselves in her hustle. Queer fans who built entire aesthetics around her music and persona. Communities who fought for her when mainstream America wanted absolutely nothing to do with her. And she repaid that loyalty by sitting beside people who legislate queer lives away, mock Black struggle, and cheer policies built on exclusion and cruelty. That is not confusion. That is cynical opportunism. Nicki Minaj wants the benefits of Blackness while cozying up to a movement built squarely on anti-Blackness. She wants the money and brilliance of queer fans while performing for people who demonize those same fans as immoral. She wants to be queen of the barbs while dancing in rooms full of people who believe her fan base is everything wrong with America. Nicki Minaj didn't just switch sides, she switched currencies. And the currency she gave up was us, black people, queer people, the communities that carried her, crowned her, and kept her relevant long after the industry moved on. You cannot build your throne on blackness and queerness, then run to MAGA and expect the kingdom to follow. Nicki Minaj now stands as a cautionary tale. What happens when an artist sells out her people for applause from the very crowd that once booed her? The same crowd that called her ghetto, called her too sexual, called her a bad influence, called her fans degenerates, called her entire aesthetic a threat to American values. And now suddenly she's MAGA's cultural trophy.
This lady went from tap dancing for Donald Trump's America to having 30,000 people sign a petition to have him deport her back to Trinidad. But how? How do you go from this to this in a matter of days? How do you go from this to this in a matter of weeks? One of my favorite quotes is that you should stand for something or you'll fall for anything. If there was a book of old tricks, Nicki Minaj fell for the first word in chapter 1 of Trump's playbook. And I've been saying this since she went up to the UN, but what kind of immigrant who entered the country illegally supports the most anti-immigrant administration we will likely ever see? We could talk about the racism, we could talk about the lies, but that in my head is the biggest indictment on character when it comes to supporting this administration. Because if nothing else, if she is the American success story the president in Turning Point wanted us to believe she was for all of 30 days, she should be principally opposed to seeing someone who came here just like her be deported with no due process, or seeing someone who came here just like she did get sent to a terrorist detention center in El Salvador the White House is too ashamed to let the 60 Minutes episode air about. And again, for doing exactly what she did and is still guilty of to this day. But if you go for that, nothing is off limits. And it's even crazier from Nicki Minaj because as quick as they can send her to the UN to advocate for us committing more war crimes in Nigeria, or to high-five Erika Kirk while she disparages the demographics that make up what was left of her fan base, is as quick as they could have sent ICE with a one-way ticket back to Trinidad if she was lucky. A lot of people end up in countries they've never been to, like El Salvador or Uganda. And everyone from book writers to construction contractors to Chrisette Michelle will tell you to get the money up front on a Trump deal. While this kind of outcome was expected from a move that short-sighted, to see it happen so quickly was just not something that I saw coming. Like, not at all.
Nicki Minaj is an undocumented...
Yeah, no. So she is an immigrant, but she's not undocumented. I'm an attorney, but I'm not yours. Let me clean up this vocabulary to make this a more accurate statement. Being undocumented, which I literally hate that word, means that you have no legal right to be in the U.S. You don't have status. She clearly has status. And the prime indicator of this is the fact that she travels in and out of the U.S. She's constantly going abroad. She goes on world tours. Someone who is undocumented would not have that type of freedom of movement. Now, there are different types of status. You can get a marriage visa. She's married to a U.S. citizen. You could get a visitor's visa, U visa, T visa. I mean, there's so many different opportunities to have status. It's difficult, but there's different pathways that are not citizenship. When you're speaking about citizenship, you are correct. She does not have citizenship in the U.S., only in Trinidad. So she is not able to vote, which is an accurate statement. But she's not undocumented. She clearly got some type of status. This also goes to show you how difficult it is for someone to get citizenship status in the U.S. She's been here for, over 2 decades. She clearly pays her taxes. She's a public figure. Like, it's difficult.
People disagree with celebrities all the time, and that's normal. But calling for someone to be deported over an interview, that's when a lot of people felt the conversation crossed the line. For many, it stopped being about accountability and started feeling and taking it personal.
I don't think it's right for people to go in that extent to deport her, or even to sign that petition.
As we all say, Black Americans can't be deported. But we are so ready and we are so fast to try and sign a petition to deport one of us. But I'm not saying it's only the Black community, but it somehow kind of feels like we are always in a rush to really hate on one another. Sorry, and the biggest joke is in these petitions we could see names like Ariana Grande signed the petition, Cardi B signed the petition, Kim Kardashian signed the petition. I'm like, I'm so sure those people didn't sign the petitions. It's just people signing those petitions and writing those names under their signatures. Because tell me why all those people would really hate Nicki Minaj that much to really want her out of the country. And as we said, Nicki has a an American husband, and as we all know, people don't really love him that much. But at the end of the day, he's an American citizen, and she has the right documentations to be there. And people saying she's there illegally, you can't provide the evidence. And as she said, some of you are just keyboard warriors and are just there to just root for someone's fall.
The thing that I don't even understand is, why are you signing the petition? Why do you want Nicki to be deported? What will it help you with?
She isn't a criminal.
You know, first of all, what did she do for you to go sign the petition?
She said Trump is handsome.
Just like that. You can say whoever you want that is handsome. Or you can, she didn't even say that, yeah, I support Trump with whatever he does or everything, his government. She didn't. She just complimented the president. And like you can even compliment, I can come and compliment you. Did I say I support you in everything that you do?
But would that be the reason as to why people are signing that petition?
That's
I think
my main
there's
question.
much to this that we really do not know. Because Nicki really spoke a lot in that interview. And she talked about JD, she talked about Trump, she talked about Christians and the murders that are going on in Nigeria for Christians, you see. That is in her previous meeting with the UN people and stuff. And she also really spoke about a lot of things, including boys will be boys. That's where I think people are really outraged.
Because I understand. There's some people, I have seen some people saying that thing about boys being boys, they were saying that she is against LGBTQ, and which I don't think is true, according to my view of everything. But at the same time, I have listened to Nicki, the whole interview. Whatever she said, I don't think
she was just
I don't think it was enough. I don't think even gave people any right to go to
and follow her and sign a petition to deport her.
Was it even necessary though?
I mean,
let's say yes, it was. Even if she get deported, where will you be? Okay. As in, like, what will all this benefit you with?
True. I would really also want to understand. Can't anyone just speak their heart out?
Yeah.
Because why are we always ready to bash people in TikTok, and we're always ready to see someone's downfall every time? And when someone in a lower background and someone who isn't well off says something, and maybe we don't agree with it, or we agree with it, the government doesn't agree with it, we'll have to agree with it. You see, I'm trying to understand. Just because someone is well off, she has built her career well, and she's really growing well, we now want to see her fall. Mm-hmm. Just because she spoke her heart out. And we all know Nicki Minaj is Nicki. She'll just say anything, and that's why the Babs have never left the Babs fan. They will always Babs forever. Either Nicki says this or that, she speaks trash, she speaks on behalf of the people. People still stick to her music because at times hatred isn't really necessary when it comes to music and the fame. And let's just drop this out.
Yeah, people, let's not do other people things that we wouldn't want to be done to us. When you say you want to deport Nicki, remember she has a kid, she has a family. There are people who will be mixed with all this. You'll make that kid suffer. You're a parent wherever you are, and you wouldn't want your kids to suffer because of some small things. So don't do things to other people that you really wouldn't want to be done to you.
And why did you guys sign a petition for Trump's wife to be deported? She's not a U.S. citizen, but she has an American husband. Why didn't you sign that petition? Why didn't you sign a petition for maybe someone like Rihanna, for someone like Kodak Black? For there's so many artists who are not from America, but we aren't in a rush to judge them. But because Nicki is Nicki, and most of you don't support her music because you feel like it's trash, or you just can't listen to that type of music, you don't have to engage with it. You don't have to engage with the musician. Yeah, just listen to other songs like Cardi B or maybe Taylor Swift. Maybe that would suit you, because Nicki will be Nicki. Mm-hmm. And her music represents her talk, her walk, and everything else. She'll just do her.
Yeah, and people, let's also understand
But it
that
feels like we're supporting her.
I'm not supporting her,
It's
but I'm just
supporting the
making
right way.
I'm just making some sense.
Yeah.
Let's understand that everybody has his or her own opinion,
True.
and they have the right to stand with it. So you don't have to go against her opinion, and that's what she stands for. So I don't think we're supposed to go in that extent of just wanting to deport her.
Just because of an interview.
I don't think for me personally, I wouldn't want to support that thing.
Nikki said Trump has fought wars so many people wouldn't have fought, because tell me, like this Somali fraud war, would these other presidents have really fought for that breakthrough of deporting all those people? Because tell me why Biden was the previous president and all these things were running and nothing was done. But now Trump comes, and we wouldn't really want to see his good side. We only want to focus on the bad side. Sometimes we guys, sometimes we're just good. We are just bad judges.
Yeah, at the same time, guys, Nikki has been in this country since she was 5
years. Over 30
She was 5 years old.
For real?
So yeah, she was 5 years old. So you telling her that she doesn't belong there, then guys, where does she belong?
And
where do you want her to go?
I'm really now starting to wonder, who does America belong to? Because now we will really want to deport everyone. If we start deporting everyone, we really deport everyone. America is the land for everyone. Everyone can just access America. Everyone can access this other country. Let us make this world a free land. Let's not mark boundaries and territories as to who should cross this boundary or not. Trust me, there can be another world war. Another world war can emerge just because we are starting to fight against each other over things that, come on,
they're losing
it's
focus.
Not like we were fighting in the ages of Napoleon and these other wars that people are really shedding blood and slashing each other's throats just because of land. Right now we are grown, we are so modernized, and we should really be fighting other wars and not fighting against each other. And right now we see like things like Christian and Islamic. We now have that war that is really dividing us all apart. We have been having Christian versus Islamic wars. You can go to UK, there is that war. You go to Japan, you go to USA, you go to Africa, you go to places like Nigeria in Africa, you see. We have Sudan, everywhere else we are just fighting Christian versus Islamic, Christian versus Islamic. What do we have to really gain if I kill my Islamic friend or my Christian friend? Because I feel like that war right now is so unnecessary. We should be fighting robots, because that is what is almost that will come to overtake us, and not Islamic people or Christian people. Yeah. I feel like this war of fighting one another is so...
Yeah, I think we are losing focus.
Yeah.
Remember, we have so many things to fight for.
Exactly.
Remember, Nikki had supporters in both sides, whether government side or opposition side. So she didn't even say that she's supporting the government or on the other side. She's just there. It's just that she just complimented the president and talked about how he's doing the work and stuff. Yeah, I know it implies that she supports the government, but at the same time, she has the right to support whoever she wants.
It's like voting. So, you have the right to vote for whoever you want.
So, guys, like seriously, let's just don't like be happy for her downfall. Instead, let's try and support her. You know.
And for those who really don't want to support her, we still stick with you, because at the end of the day, we are still supporting opinions. You have your own opinion. You have your own say. Actually, if you really sign that petition, that's upon you, and it's okay. I won't really judge you for that, because it's none of my business. Actually, you see, that is how you really know not to meddle in people's business. You see, why would I really be bothered about Nikki's downfall? She really started her life from scratch, as we all know. She wasn't brought up in a well-off family. she started from scratch. As we all know, so many celebrities and famous people. Like, she has been an inspiration to so many people. But for Charlie Kirk, he was so busy and serious in saying she's not a role model for 18-year-old black black female kids and stuff. But there are so many people who are really looking up to. Is it looking up to? Who really look up to Nicki. There are so many people who see her as a role model, and I feel like this hatred should stop. This hatred of only hating celebrities. Come on, you can also be one. Your time will come, but I'm just trying to understand why are you bashing everyone else who is a celebrity?
Yeah.
If it were you, if you were to be a celebrity tomorrow and people are hating you just the same way as you are hating Nicki, would you be happy with that?
No, I wouldn't. And that's why I said, don't do other people the things that you wouldn't want to be done to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments if you really signed that petition and to why you signed it. And for those who are babs and felt like her words were really offensive, and tell us how you felt about that interview, because that interview is what really sparked outrage in the community.
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments. And finally, credit goes to all the respective owners of the clips and content used in our video. That's and Perceptive made today's work possible.
And if you like this video, kindly give us a thumbs up. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe for us. We really appreciate if you do so. See you in the next one.